Welcome to the Otherwise Guys. The boy Cool Shakur. Right now I'm here with
Menace 57, Trim with Menace 57.
What you doing, bro?
Coolin', bro. I appreciate you having me today, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Offline, we were talking about doing an interview. I think I was gonna do an interview with you back when I had my old page.
Okay.
But my shit got hacked and all that, so I had to start over. And then I seen you come across the page and I said, damn, I gotta get back at it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad we linked up, man, for sure.
For sure. So Menace 87, what is that? I mean, as far as a clothing band, what would you say it represents?
So Menace 57, man, that's basically a brand I started 2012. It represents me. The name Menace actually came from just growing up. Menace II Society was like my favorite movie. So like that's all I used to do is watch it all the time. So like my mom would like always say, "Oh, you watching that Menace movie and you think you a menace and da 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 da." So when I started a clothing line, I was just like, damn, this would be the perfect name to use. And then when I put the 57 on there, 5 letters in my first name, and I got 7 letters in my last name. So it just kind of made it for, you know how when you searching for stuff on Instagram, you might type in Menace, it might be 1,000 things come up.
Yeah.
But you put in Menace 57, it's gonna be that select, you know what I'm saying, that select few. So
what did Menace II Society, the movie, like what did it do to you? You know what I'm saying? Cause
man,
it made a lot of people into a menace.
It did, man. You know, like that was just kind of like, it was what you see on a day-to-day, but it was just in a movie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was just like showing the world like what people see on a day-to-day. But, you know, I used to think I was Kane. Like I wanted to be Kane growing up, you know what I'm saying? And I had friends that I was around that kind of reminded me of O-Dog, but my whole thing was just, I wanted to be like Kane.
Gotcha.
So that was my move until Paid in Full came out. So when Paid in Full came out, I switched. I was like straight Ace, you know what I'm saying? But that's where it came from.
Hell yeah, man. Everybody fuck with Ace.
Definitely.
Shit, so what you say is the 8 and the 7.
The 5 and the 7.
5 and the 7, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. The 5 and the 7, that's kind of what your name, you said the letters in your name.
Yeah, I got 5 letters in my first name, Trin, and then 7 letters in my last name.
What the hell? Why the hell I say 87, man? I'm tripping out there, y'all. Yeah. So what did your love for fashion begin though?
So basically it came from like growing up, like with my mom and stuff like that. I really used to love like clothes and stuff like that, but we wasn't like able to go to the mall and just ball out, you know what I'm saying? So I have to go in like Burlington's, and you know, not that there's nothing against Burlington's, but Burlington's always like a more reasonable price, you know what I'm saying? So I would have to be in Burlington's trying to put stuff together to make it look like stuff that I see on TV or stuff like that, just kind of trying to make it work. So I just always had a taste in fashion and just like clothing and putting stuff together. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it was like in high school, but then you actually took it and made it. What made you make it actual brand? So
the crazy story is I was working at a place and there was this girl I was working with, and she was actually about to start a clothing line herself, and she wanted me to help her because she thought, oh, you know, I feel like you could dress whatever the case may be, and I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I'll help you.
Yeah,
and,
because I feel like you can dress.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. She was just like, you know, I like how you dress, blase. And when you helped me, like we was cool or whatever, but she was about to start it. Like her people was trying to get her involved in doing something, and she was gonna start a clothing brand. So I was like, yeah, I'll help you. So time just kept going on and on. And I'd be like, man, what's up? I thought we was gonna do the clothing line. She used to be, I don't know, whatever the case may be, it just never happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, I thought back, I was like, cause you know what I'm saying, growing up, my stepdad had a print shop, and he would like print stuff for schools, and you know, he was well known in the city for doing people's shirts and business cards and all type of stuff. So I was like, damn, you know, what she talking about, I kind of already know how to do this stuff. So I really could do this on my own, you know what I'm saying? So that was like the light for me, you know what I'm saying? And when I went to doing it and kind of talked to him, and he was kind of putting me on all the vendors that he used for shirts and clothing and stuff like that, I just kind of ran with it and put it out. I think like Instagram, this was 2012, so Instagram was still kind of fresh. And I had a little following, so I just was like, hey, I'm about to start a clothing line. People was like, yeah, I'm gonna support you, go ahead and do it. So I started it and then never looked back.
Shit, it wasn't too many clothing lines back then, you know what I'm saying? Like on the Instagram world.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
now, what do you see now? Like, is it crazy you see a lot of these clothing brands just everybody want to make shirts and shit now?
I think it's good, bro, because, you know, everybody has a different type of fashion, and, you know, people buy clothes all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it and I think it's good. You know, anybody that reach out to me, they can vouch. I give them game on whatever they need. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't about wanting to be the only clothing brand in the city. Because I mean, like, it's enough money for people buy clothes every day. You know what I'm saying? So why would you be on some crowd? Why would you be on some crowd shit on people trying to reach out and, you know what I'm saying, learn how to do what you're doing? So I think it's dope that people are like doing the clothing line. They just have to know that there's a lot of work involved in it, and if it may not take off, it don't take off overnight. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this since 2012. Coming up on next year, it'll be 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not where I want to be. So people just got to understand, man, you just got to put that time in and know that it's not going to be an overnight success.
Gotcha.
For sure.
Who you ride around and listen to these days?
Listen to?
Yeah, as far as artists.
Locally, I just like anybody.
You can go either way.
So locally, you know, Papa, that's my people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Him and Jug was like him, Jug, and Nard, Mob Squad Nard was like the first people out of the city that really like got behind me and was supporting me with the brand. Jug was the first person to to rock with me as far as like rocking the brand, rocking it to his shows and stuff like that. But me and Jabril been locked in. He was like, I think Jug might have put Jabril on Menace like into the end of 2012, and we've been locked in ever since. And you know, he put me on Papa. Papa was like 15 when he put me. I was like, yeah, my little cousin doing this thing with the rap, and I was like, took a liking to him off rip. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was different off rip. So Papa, who I'm listening to heavy, Mob Squad Nord, out of the city. Man, I don't wanna miss nobody. But basically everybody, you know, all the young dudes coming up too, man. But them just like the people who I'm locked in with heavy.
Gotcha.
As far as mainstream though, I'm fucking with ESTG. Of course I like Meek. Ross like my favorite rapper, Ross. But that's about it, really.
So you wait for the album to drop?
Yeah, man. I'm mad. Dog was looking like he was looking on the cover, man. He looked kind of crazy on that cover with them gloves on. But I know the music gonna speak for itself, though.
Yeah. You know he gotta be different.
Oh yeah, definitely. But that's Ross though. And I fuck with Jay-Z too. That's like one of my favorites too. And Jeezy. Yeah. But you know they pretty much done. You know what I'm saying? The rap shit, but.
Yeah, they moguls now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They on the other shit, but that's what I mainly listen to, ESTG and Meek and Ross.
Shit, what was your relationship with Jug? You know, I always bring up Jug and talk about Jug, you know what I'm saying, when I can. So what was your relationship? How'd you meet Jug?
For sure. So I met Jug through my little brother Maul. You know, they from the same street. So he, you know, I was just him being around him, and then me being around Maul, and just we always was like in the same areas at times. And then, you know, Maul was telling him I had a clothing brand, and we just started chopping it up from there. And then, you know, we just built a relationship from that and was locked in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, definitely.
Shit, R.I.P. Jug, man.
Definitely, man. He was the one that was really like, everybody knew my boy was finna take off, man. Like he was how the shit out.
He was there, man.
He was right there. Like right there when Ross came and shot the video on 45th and Dodge. Like I knew he was next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, R.I.P. Jug, man.
Sure. With the 57 Express mark, man, what's going on? What's up with that?
Yeah, man, I'm glad you asked about that, man. You know, that was just a learning experience for me, man. It was something that I really wanted to do. I really put, you know, a bag behind wanting to do it, but you know, it was a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It didn't take off how I really wanted it to. So you know, anytime you trying to be an entrepreneur, you're trying to start different businesses, you always got to understand that it's a possibility that the outcome may not be what you want it to be. So
Yeah.
in that situation, I shut it down probably like in July, you know what I'm saying? People probably didn't even know I did, just because, you know, when you taking L's like that, man, like you just keep pushing, you know what I'm saying, to the next thing, because, you know, you come back and revisit it again. Like I'm still thinking about moving. It really was just like the location, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like the location was where it needed to be, and then the building, the owner and stuff like that. So I really just, I'm gonna just revisit it later on, but
Come back new and improved.
yeah, man, you know, that's how I go. But after that, I just kept pushing more into Menace, man. And it actually, me thinking about that situation, pushed me to do a hoodie that was like one of my top selling hoodies that I ever did. It said, all lessons, no losses. And it was, you know, that was my mindset in regards to the store, and me having to, you know, shake back from the store and putting a bag behind that, and it not working out how I wanted it to. So
I was just gonna ask you what you learned from that, but you pretty much just
yeah,
said
man.
it.
Like you just, you know, that's what I was saying earlier, man. Like people that when you start businesses, man, you got to understand that everything that you have envisioned, it's not gonna always work out how you want it to. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about how you shake back from it, because people wouldn't even been able to tell that, you know, that was something that was considered an L. You know what I'm saying? Because of course it didn't work, but shit, I ain't even put no pressure behind it as far as like letting it stop anything else. Menace was still full throttle. You know what I'm saying? As far as
you did it too. Like some people want to do it and didn't even.
For sure, yeah. Just jumping out the gate. A lot of people don't even take that jump out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Because if it would have took off and did what I wanted to do, shit, that would have been. It wouldn't have happened if I never, you know what I'm saying, jumped out that gate. So
yeah,
you know, it come with it.
Shit. So, like, how do you feel about like the trends, like the set trends as far as making your set pieces? Like, how do you like? Is like marketing? You look at it as a marketing side, or you just like, okay, this is a good saying I could put on and hope it do good.
Man, that's the thing about me doing Menace, man. Is like I have to do all jobs. Like I got to be marketing, but that's, you know, that's something that I enjoy. Like I enjoy doing the marketing side of it. I enjoy the response that I get after I drop something. But really, you know what I'm saying, the whole plan behind it with me is whatever come to me. Like, you know, and that come to me by just kind of like being out and about, seeing what kind of trend, like you say, the trends, what's going on, and like what people are adapting to, and like looking at other stores and looking at some of my favorite brands, and just kind of, you know, being inspired by those things, and then, you know, being able to come up with whatever I come up with.
Shit, how did, like, Virgil, you know, he just passed away.
Yeah.
Like, did he influence you on fashion or?
Not really. He didn't really influence me. Of course, you know, Off-White is something that I always would look at, you know what I'm saying, as far as like looking how they put it together. I didn't really follow him personally, because that wasn't really one of my favorite brands that's out there. I got favorite brands that's in the industry that I rock with, but it wasn't, but then it was, you know what I'm saying? Because he was a black dude doing this thing, and you know, crossing over to, I think, Louis. I think he crossed over to like Louis and started doing work for them. So in a sense it was, but as far as like Off-White, it was straight, but it wasn't something that I just like.
That's real shit though. Like,
yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like RIP, but he did really inspire me.
For sure. But you know, in a way he did and he didn't. You know what I'm saying? But definitely.
Who you look at though? Like who inspire you? What brands?
Man, Kith is my favorite brand, man. Like that's like the shit is just raw to me. Like from the way they do the marketing, as far as like on Instagram, how they put the pieces together to show off to like the world, and different collabs that he does. Like the dude name is Ronnie, the owner and the creator of it. But just like all the collabs that he does, and you know, all the way that just the whole thing is just set up, it's just, that shit raw to me.
Yeah,
that shit raw, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy that you say you like the marketing piece of it, because I like doing that too. Like it's fun, like putting your plan together and just see how it works.
For real,
watch it, you know what I'm saying, girl?
For sure, that's a big part of the shit though, bro. Like people think you could just post some shit 1,000 times. That's not gonna work, you know what I'm saying? You could post the shit 1,000 times, but you gotta get creative with it, you know what I'm saying? And technology is changing, like it's reels now, like people doing reels and TikToks. You gotta adapt to that shit, bro, because if you don't, you know what I'm saying, and you just, people get into the mindset of thinking, I'm gonna just keep posting my shit 1,000 times, Like, I mean, yeah, that's cool, but at the end of the day, you got to get creative with that shit, bro. Because people like to see different things other than you just posting something. You know what I'm saying?
Even what you like come on a platform, like how you say, like they want to see who you are. Or they wanna, like people just want to hear you talk sometimes.
For sure.
So the fact that you're making different type of content, they fucking with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You got to. I just made a post like that the other day, like on Facebook. Like, if you any type of entrepreneur, you got any kind of business, you got to learn how to create content, because that's what's going to keep people intrigued with what you're doing. That's going to get them locked in with what you're doing, and it's going to keep you different from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big part of it.
What's going on for sure. So Ghetto Story. You got a Ghetto Story you can share with us?
Yeah, let me see. Just something that I just like found crazy. Just growing up. I think probably the craziest thing I saw was I might have been like in 5th grade. I think I was in 5th grade, and we were staying in the neighborhood. Me and my mom was staying in the neighborhood. You know, all the kids, that was back in the day when everybody would be outside. Like, it wasn't like no video. We had video games, but people wanted to be outside. You know what I'm saying?
Take the video game for an hour.
You know what I'm saying? You play that late at night, you know what I'm saying, after everybody then came in the house or whatever. But for the most part, we was outside. So I think it was like one of our homegirls that was out, that used to be out with us playing and stuff like that. I think it was like her dad. And, you know, we all knew, bro, like everybody knew everybody, family that lived in the neighborhood or whatever. And I think whatever the case may be, like I want to say she was outside with us, and like police rushed their house and like kicked the door in and was looking for her daddy and shit like that. And he ran out, and he like ran out where we was at. He was taking them on a foot chase, you know what I'm saying? And he was out of there. And I think that might have been like, I was like maybe 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And to me, I was just like, because we knew her, you know what I'm saying? And we knew her dad and shit like that. So it was like, that was like, to me, seeing, and then I think she was like boohoo crying when they were chasing them and shit. But that's something that I never forget, bro. Like when I think I was like 9 years old, and we was all just chilling in there. Next thing you know, it happened just like that. Police, like 4 or 5 cars pulled up, kicked in the door, and was like chasing this man. He running through the neighborhood. It was her boohoo crying. Like, I'll never forget that, bro. Like that was like my first kind of like thing to where I'm like, damn, shit real. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. That shit open your eyes. And like,
yeah, for sure. Like, you know.
Shit.
Yeah.
And ever since then, you was a different kid.
Yeah, man. It's just like you just look at stuff different. You know what I'm saying? Like, police ain't police. You know what I'm saying? You looking at them like what? You know, you look at them different. You know what I'm saying? Every young child come up and see, like, especially in today's society, but way back then, it's like, you know that police ain't, you know what I'm saying, no disrespect to good police officers, but, you know, you just kind of see what the world is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you didn't have social media, so you had to actually be out there.
Yeah, you had to be outside seeing shit, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't nobody recording that, you know what I'm saying? We looking at it right here in the neighborhood, so.
Shit, any advice for coming, you know, fashion designer that want to get into the game that's like watching you right now, but they don't know what the hell to do?
Man, stick with it, man. Like that's the biggest thing I could say is to stick with it. It don't come overnight. You know, success don't come overnight. You got to really put that time in, put that work in, study what you're doing, you know, perfect your craft, whatever you're doing. Like I've been doing this since 2012, and I still feel like I'm nowhere near where I want to be as far as like perfecting what I'm doing and coming up with different things. So it's like, it's just an ongoing experience, you know what I'm saying? Especially the way trends always change, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep up. So stick with it. Don't let anybody else talk you out of doing what you want to do, because it's definitely going to be people that say, you know, that's not going to work out for you, or focus on your main job or whatever the case may be. But anything is possible, man. That's how these people out here becoming millionaires and billionaires, by doing stuff that other people didn't even think was possible.
Shit, what you got any like projects coming up with your next line that's gonna drop?
So I'm steady dropping, man. I just dropped these Letterman jackets. for Black Friday. So I just dropped these, but I try to drop at least like 2 or 3 things a month. So I stay dropping, but I do want to give a shout out to like the people in the city that's coming up, as far as like people that I just feel as though are really doing their thing. Like my boy Los, original Los, you know what I'm saying? He got his brand and he like killing shit right now. Like he really doing his thing right now. Jojo and Friends in the city, you know what I'm saying? He doing his thing right now. It's just really, and my homeboy E-Dub with Neighborhood Royalty. So it's people that's in the city, man, that's doing their thing that I respect. And I just want them to keep pushing and coming through, cause shit, we all inspire each other.
William Boston.
That's my
sure,
guy.
Man.
For sure. Like William Boston, he do his thing. He tapped into a whole nother range, you know what I'm saying, with shoes and stuff like that. So everybody in the city, man, that's doing their thing, man, just continue to do it. Shit, somebody got to make it out this bitch, dog.
On the marketing end, or on the business end, or how can I say, like when you make posts and stuff, like do you create it on a software? Like do you use a different program to put together like your pictures sometimes? Sometimes
I use Photoshop. Like I'm still learning Photoshop. Matter of fact, Lowe's put me on that shit. Like I really just started kind of like playing with it and really figuring things out. Cause man, it be so much stuff to do. Like when you the only person, you making your shit, you promoting it, you marketing it, you doing everything, you packaging it, shipping it, like all of that, it's a lot, bro. So it's like, for me to take time out,
I do a full day,
you know what I'm saying?
Shit,
for real,
learn
something and play with it and trial and error, Photoshop and all that shit is a lot, bro. But you know what I'm saying? You got to do that if you really trying to do something or go somewhere. But definitely, I play in Photoshop, but mostly I'm on my phone, bro. Like I do everything off my phone, like everything.
It's like the quick.
That's
the best way to do it. Now, I see on your page a lot, you have like, you have a pictures and then you have like little inserts of different things. So I'm like, okay, he must be using, something outside of.
Nah, man, them be like apps on my phone, man, that I play with that I done mastered. You know what I'm saying? I done made whole designs on my phone.
Yeah.
Like whole designs from nothing to a whole jacket or a whole hoodie. I done made the whole shit off my phone, bro. So, like, I done learned how to use all type of apps.
So what would you say where you plan on going from here though, as far as with your brand?
So of course I want to continue with Menace, man, but it's other businesses that I want to open up too, bro. So I'm just like trying to make sure that I keep Menace going, but also tap into creating these other businesses that I'm trying to do, bro. So it's like Menace is always gonna be my baby. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that I started firsthand, you know what I'm saying, from Jump Street. But at the same time, man, I want to branch off and open up other businesses and have them have the same success that Menace has had, since I've had it. So that's definitely what I got coming up.
Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, man, like I said, man, I appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate what you're doing, bro. Like we were talking about earlier, man, I love dialogue. Like I watch podcasts 24/7 more than I watch TV. You know what I'm saying? I may watch the shows like BMF and Power and shit like that, but for the most part, I'm watching podcasts, bro, and interviews, because I like seeing the dialogue aspect of things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Also, I want to give a shout out to, I know we in the spot, man, to Danny, man, because Danny is like the Jay-Z of this entrepreneur shit, man. Like, for real, people don't even know. Like, tattoo artist, but still at the same time, my boy he need his flowers, man. My boy do his thing, for real.
Yeah.
For real.
Sure, shout out to Danny, Nerds Inc. Tattoos, man.
For real, shout out to Nerds Inc., man. I've been rocking with my boy since it was no Nerds Inc. So, for sure.
Yeah, we gotta do like a collab, like give me a Otherwise Guys collab with you, get some shit going.
For sure, man. I'm always looking for that shit, man. That shit, whatever makes sense, bro. I'm there.
Yeah. All right, we out.